and welcome to Small Talk Podcast, the podcast where we learn English through real, simple conversations. I'm Mia.
And I'm Rick. Today we have a fresh and friendly topic. If life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Yes, we'll talk about problems, stress, and how to turn them into something good. And if you enjoy this podcast, please subscribe and leave a like. It helps more people find us and helps you stay connected.
Also, we prepared a free PDF worksheet just for you. It has today's vocabulary, some easy questions, and fun reflection tasks.
You'll find the link in the description. Now, let's talk about those lemons life gives us and how we can make sweet lemonade.
And don't worry, we'll keep the English clear and easy to follow. Let's get started.
Rick, have you ever had one of those days when nothing goes right? You miss the bus, spill coffee, and forget something important. It feels like life is giving you one lemon after another, and all you want is to press pause.
Oh yes, I've had many days like that. Sometimes small problems come together and feel like a big storm. Even when I try to stay calm, my mind starts to race. I feel tired and lost.
When that happens to me, I usually want to do nothing. I just want to lie down and forget everything. But I know that won't help me feel better. So I try to do one simple thing.
I get that. Last week, I felt really low because a work project failed. I blamed myself and thought I wasn't good enough. But later I realized I could learn something from it.
Yes, that's the key. We can always learn something. Even a mistake gives us information. It tells us what to change or how to grow. That's the first step in making lemonade.
I like that idea. Mistakes as ingredients, not enemies. It makes me feel less afraid to try again. I used to see failure as the end. Now I try to see it as a tool.
One thing that helps me is writing my thoughts. When I feel stuck, I open a notebook and write what I feel. After 10 minutes, my head feels lighter. Writing helps me see the lemon clearly.
Talking to a friend also helps. Sometimes I just need to say things out loud. My friends don't always fix the problem, but they listen. That makes me feel less alone.
So true. We all need support, especially when life gets sour. Even just a message like "I hear you" can help. It reminds us that tough times are normal.
And when we accept the problem, we can begin to change. Fighting the lemon makes it worse, but using it, that's where the power is, and that's how lemonade begins.
Let me tell you a quick story. 2 years ago, I wanted to move to another city, but I didn't get the job I applied for. I was so disappointed.
That must have been really hard. You had plans and dreams? And then it's easy to feel like a door is closing forever. What did you do next?
At first, I cried and stayed in bed for a day. But then I thought, what can I do with this time? So I signed up for an online course. I used that free time to learn something new.
Wow, that was smart. You took control of the moment. And that new course, did it help you later? Did something good come out of it?
Yes, that course gave me a new skill. 6 months later, I got a different job. Even better than the first one. I didn't plan it that way. But looking back, I'm glad things went wrong.
That's such a good example of turning lemons into lemonade. You didn't wait for something to happen. You created something. I think that's the secret. Action, not just hope. Even one small action can change the story.
Exactly. When we feel powerless, doing something small brings energy back. You don't need a big change right away. You just need a little shift in thinking.
So many people feel stuck and think, there's nothing I can do. But usually there's one small step they can take. Even drinking water or going for a walk is a start. The point is to move.
And movement leads to momentum. When we act, our feelings follow. That's how we build confidence. One small win at a time. Confidence comes from action, not waiting.
This also helps in language learning. You don't have to speak perfectly. You just have to speak. That's how progress begins.
Yes, every learner makes mistakes, but mistakes are just part of the process. They are not signs of failure. They are signs of growth. So keep going, one lemon at a time.
Did you know our brains can change and grow even in hard times? It's called neuroplasticity. When we face problems and try new things, the brain builds new paths. That's how we learn and adapt.
That's amazing, right? It means we're not stuck the way we are. We can train our brain to respond better, even to think more positively.
When I learned that, it gave me hope because I used to think, I'll always be this way. But now I understand. My brain listens to my habits, and my habits come from my thoughts.
Yes, and even small thoughts can make a difference, like saying, I can try instead of, I can't. That tiny shift creates a new pattern. The brain starts building around that idea.
It's like exercising a muscle. The more we think something, the stronger that thought becomes. So we need to choose thoughts that help us, not ones that make us feel weak.
Sometimes we think lemons are danger, but the brain sees them as a challenge. If we stay curious instead of scared, we grow. Even pain can lead to wisdom.
And that's the power of mindset. We can't choose every lemon, but we can choose our lens. Our lens changes how we see everything, and that changes how we feel.
So true. One lemon can look like a disaster, or a lesson, and what we learn becomes part of our strength. That's how we build inner power.
Even in English learning, this works. You don't have to get it right the first time. Trying, failing, and adjusting is the process. That's how language sticks.
So next time you feel stuck, remember, your brain is listening. Give it a helpful message. Say, this is hard, but I'm learning. That's a seed that grows with time. Let's take a fun turn. Did you know that lemons were once more valuable than gold? In the 1700s, sailors used them to prevent sickness. They didn't know it was vitamin C, but it saved lives.
That's wild. A simple fruit changed history. People saw lemons as lifesavers, not just something sour.
That shows how something small and sour can be powerful. And that's just like problems in life. They feel bitter, but they often carry something useful. We just have to find it.
Here's another fact. Many inventions started from failure. Post-it notes, chocolate chip cookies, even the microwave. They weren't planned. They were lemons that turned into great ideas.
I love that. It reminds me that mistakes are not the end. Sometimes they're the beginning of something new and better than the plan.
So when something doesn't go right, maybe it's not a failure. Maybe it's redirection, a new door opening, even if we can't see it yet.
Exactly. We judge problems too fast, but time shows the meaning. Sometimes the worst day becomes the turning point.
It's like the phrase, a blessing in disguise. We don't always recognize it in the moment, but later we understand. The lemon was leading us somewhere better.
And that's why this mindset is so powerful. It's not about ignoring the pain. It's about using it for something good, like lemonade on a hot day.
So next time life surprises you with something hard, try not to fight it right away. Stop, think, and ask, what can I do with this? That's where the magic begins.
Let's be honest. Life doesn't ask if we're ready. Problems come at the worst time. We feel stuck, confused, and often scared. But there are ways to respond with calm and action.
Yes, and one powerful trick is to stop and name the problem. Say it out loud in one short sentence. For example, I lost my job, or I failed the test. This helps your brain slow down.
Then ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do right now? Not tomorrow, not next week, just now. It can be very small, like writing an email or going for a walk. That breaks the frozen feeling.
I also like the rule of 3 options. When I face a problem, I write down 3 possible solutions. They don't have to be perfect. It just opens my mind to possibility.
Sometimes we want the full answer too fast, but solutions often come in parts. Start with step 1, not step 10. Trust that action brings clarity.
Another tip is change your environment. Go outside, move to another room, or clean your desk. Your space affects your thinking. Fresh space, a fresh mind.
I agree. Even just opening a window and breathing slowly helps. The body sends a message to the brain. You're safe. And then thinking becomes easier.
Also, don't stay silent. Talk to someone you trust. They may not fix the problem, but they help you feel stronger. Support is part of every good solution.
And if the first idea doesn't work, try the next one. Don't give up after one try. Lemonade takes more than one squeeze. Solutions take more than one attempt.
The main thing is keep moving, even slowly. Do something, then something else. You're not lost, you're learning, and that's how solutions are built. When something goes wrong, our first reaction is often emotional. That's normal. But emotions can block clear thinking. The brain activates fight, flight, or freeze mode. To think clearly, we need to calm the body first.
Breathing exercises really help. Try box breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold again. Repeat it 3 to 5 times to reduce stress fast. This tells your brain you're safe, you can think.
Once you're calm, write down the facts. Not feelings, just facts. What happened? What's urgent? What can wait? This creates order from chaos and helps you see which part needs action.
A great method is the circle of control. Draw a circle. Inside, write what you can control. Outside, list what you cannot. Focus only on what's inside. That's where your energy should go.
Many people try to fix everything at once. That leads to burnout and panic. Instead, try the next best step method. Just ask, what's one useful thing I can do in the next 10 minutes?
Another helpful idea is decision triage. Sort your problem into 3. Fix now, plan later, or let go. This is what doctors do in emergencies. You don't waste energy on what's not urgent.
Set time limits for worry. It sounds strange, but it works. Give yourself 10 minutes to worry, then act. Structure reduces anxiety.
If you're stuck, learn from others. Watch a short video, read a case study, or listen to a podcast. Borrow solutions instead of inventing from zero. Smart learners use models.
Track your small wins. When you write them down, you train your brain to notice progress. This builds momentum even when the situation is hard. Progress equals power.
The point is, problems don't always need big answers. They need smart, simple actions. Use your tools, not your panic. That's how you make lemonade.
Today, we didn't just talk about problems. We gave solutions. From breathing to time limits to writing down facts. These aren't theories. They work in real life, especially when you feel stuck.
We also shared real strategies, circle of control, next best step, and decision triage. These tools help you stay logical during chaos. They are used by coaches, leaders, and even rescue teams. Now you can use them too.
This is how we make lemonade, not by smiling and ignoring pain, but by staying present, choosing action, and moving forward. That's real strength.
So don't think you need to fix everything today. Just start with one small, smart move. That's enough. That's progress.
And if this episode gave you value, please like, subscribe, and share. It helps us grow this podcast and help more people like you. We also made a free PDF worksheet to go with this episode. You'll find the link in the description.
The worksheet includes today's tips, reflection prompts, and vocabulary practice. You can download it and use it right away. It's simple, clear, and designed for English learners. Use it to review and go deeper.
And now, let's look at some of the most useful words from today's conversation. We'll break down their meanings and how to use them. This will help you speak and understand better. Let's jump into the vocabulary breakdown.
Momentum, the energy or speed that keeps something moving forward. Example: after I started studying every day, I felt momentum and didn't want to stop.
To feel stuck. To feel like you can't move forward or don't know what to do. Example: I felt stuck in my job, like nothing was changing.
To reduce. To make something smaller or less. Example, deep breathing helps reduce stress quickly.
Burnout. Extreme tiredness from doing too much for too long. Example. She worked every day without rest and got burnout.
Urgent. Something very important that needs action now. Example, the email from my boss was urgent, so I answered right away.
Chaos. A situation with no order, where everything feels messy or confusing. Example. After the power went out, there was chaos in the office.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We hope this episode gave you both hope and helpful tools. Remember, even small steps can create big change, and every lemon can teach you something.
Before we go, we'd love to hear from you. What's one lemon life gave you? And how did you turn it into lemonade? Share your story in the comments. You never know who it might inspire.
Every story matters, even the messy, sour ones. Thanks again for being here with us. Keep turning life's lemons into something meaningful. We'll see you in the next episode.